Happy Wednesday. We're continuing our build series. And today I've entitled this, Watch Your Mouth. If you're serious about wanting to build a life of success in God, this is one key area we have to give over to God. So I want to read first from Ephesians 4:29. It says, "Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers." That first part, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth. That's all we need right there. Don't speak things out of your mouth if it is not good. We're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. We say whatever comes to our mind sometimes. We need to be thinking about what we say before we say it. Let no corrupt communication come out of your mouth. This is like a command straight from God. It is a command straight from God. It's just saying, don't talk in a corrupt manner, in a worthless and bad manner. So think about that. When it's a commandment straight from God, maybe we should listen to this. Let's turn to Proverbs 18, verse 21. And most of you will recognize this one. Proverbs 18:21. "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." So we know we're not supposed to talk in a worthless, bad manner. But now we say, now we're reminded that death and life are in the power of the tongue. In what we say, we can either breathe death into people's lives or life into their lives. How is it that you're talking about your spouse or your children or your job or the condition of the world right now? How is it that, what are we saying? Are we filled with hope and encouragement? It's a hard thing to think about sometimes, what we're saying. You can never take back your words. You can say them, but it's a little too late once you've said them. People remember what you say and what you meant when you said it. You can say sorry, but it's a little late. 1 Peter 3:10 says this, "For he that would love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil and his lips that they speak no guile." For he that would love life and see good days. That's what we've been talking about. We want to love life. We want to enjoy life and have a successful life. We want to see good days. We need to refrain our lips from speaking horrible things. We need to be careful. There's horrible things that go on, but how are we talking about them? When your children aren't listening, how are you talking to them? Yeah, we got to correct them, but how are you talking to them? Are you talking down to them and destroying their little spirits, or are you gently correcting them? How are you responding when your spouse does something that really irritates you? Are you putting them down? Are you building death into their spirits, or are you saying, "Man, that really hurts my feelings"? It's good. It's good to communicate. God wants us to communicate, but how we do it, we need to ask God for wisdom in how we communicate with each other. There's some people that just want to spout off everything that comes into their mind and anything that just comes right out of their mouth. It's like they just can't control it. And some people will say, "That's just the way I am. I just speak my mind." But remember what we just read. God says, don't let those things come out of your mouth. Life and death. You're speaking, you're building people up, or you're tearing them down. Do you like to be spoken to like that? Do you want people to talk negative about you? No, you do the same thing to them that you want done to you. You speak life and encouragement. That's it. Be careful what you say. We speak life into our families, our church, our job, our home, our marriage. Every situation that we encounter, we can speak life. Yeah, we can gripe about it. We can, that doesn't do any good. But how we discuss things, you may not like your job, but man, It's providing some income for you right now. You may not like the people you work with. Maybe you need to speak life into them. Okay, how can we love life if we're constantly griping about it? How can we love our husband, our children, when we're regularly putting them down? I want to tell you, and I want you to look these up, but there's another verse, there's many verses in the Bible that talks about the power of the tongue. There's verses that talk about the power that if you're speaking soft answers to people, if you're responding softly to people, it turns away anger. If you're in the middle of a fight and you try and resolve it with a soft answer, God can smooth things up and make things turn out right. Also, there's a verse in the Bible that talks about how our words cut like a sword. Not a physical sword, but it cuts into the spirit and it hurts so deeply. I can remember things that people spoke to me when I was young that it just lasts in my brain. It cuts into our spirit like a sword. Don't be hateful. Be filled with love. If you have trouble with this, ask God on a regular basis to help you, and He will. 2 verses I want you to look up this week, or today, right now. Proverbs 15, verse 1 and 2, and Proverbs 12, verse 18. There's so much that the Bible talks about. But just remember, let's just recap for that last closing verse in Ephesians 4:29. God tells you, do not let corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good, to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. It's a commandment straight from God. If you follow God's commands, if you follow His word, you will have success. You will build a life of success in God, in everything you do. Have a good week.